All right, I am ready to roll. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we are good to go. All right, friends, get my chat bar. All right, hello Etta, hello Steph, good to see you guys here. Have done almost all of the Beachbody programs. That is awesome. That sounds like me too. I am the same way. I've literally done every single one from start to finish, so I am excited. Thanks guys. Jen, hi Jen, joining from Minnesota. I've done 21-day fix, 21-day fix extreme, 80-day obsession, transform 20, and all the others. That is awesome. Hi Leslie from California. I've done transform 20, just finished week 3, day 3, awesome program. Loved Transform 20 a lot. Hey, Claudia from Utah, almost. I've done almost all the BOD programs too. All right, cool. All right, friends. So welcome to the Dream Team Informational Coach Session. My name is Melanie Mitro. I am the host this evening. I will just forewarn you that I have been traveling. If you follow my Instagram, you follow my stories or my Facebook or my blog, I have been in Greece for the Elite 10 trip, which is a trip that that Beachbody provides to the top 10 coaches in the company and a guest. And so we went on an all expenses paid trip to Greece, and it is a 7-hour time difference, but it was a 13-hour travel day on Monday, and my brain, it might not be as sharp as it typically is. I'm still kind of fighting that jet lag, but I've been chugging water like a boss. So hopefully tonight I am going to do my best to make sense. I might not be on it like I typically am, but I'm really excited that you guys gave me the next 45 minutes of your evening, wherever you are tuning in from, to really listen to the coaching opportunity and what we do as coaches. And really my goal tonight is to give you sort of behind the scenes peek into what I do as a coach. I really want to answer any questions you have about the coaching opportunity or how to be successful at building a Beachbody coaching business. And I want to just give you a little backstory about myself and really answer a lot of the most commonly asked questions that people ask me. And so that's what we're going to do here this evening. And our time together is really sort of dive in, take a peek behind the curtains, and talk a lot about what coaching is all about. So let me go through, and I really want to kick things off and tell you a little bit about me. So there's some pictures of me you can see on the far right there. That's my transformation photo. That is me that when I was pregnant with Landon, who is actually my 10-year-old. No, that's Bryce. That would be Bryce. That was Bryce, who is 8. That was January of 2011. You can see the middle picture is when I started my physical transformation with Beachbody. That was May 2nd of 2011. And then the picture on the far right is me right now today. So I am currently the 4-time top coach of Team Beachbody, which is wild and insane. I would have never in a million years, if you said, hey, Melanie, you are going to become the top of Team Beachbody, a network marketing company. You are going to build a multi-million-dollar business from your laptop in your spare time while raising your kids. I would have laughed at you. I would have thought you were completely insane and crazy. I actually have a master's degree in special education. My undergrad is in psychology. And before I had children, I was the director of early intervention for Butler County, which is the county that I live in. So basically, I oversaw all of the PTs, OTs, speech therapists, vision, all of those. I would arrange all of those therapies. I ran the budget for that program. I was on the board of early intervention for Western Pennsylvania. And I had a dream of being a stay-at-home mom. Every higher education, every class that I went to, every job that I took, I saved, Matt and I, my husband and I saved every penny that we had made so that whenever we did have a family, I could walk away from my full-time job and I could be a stay-at-home mom. And about 5 months into being a stay-at-home mom, number one, was extremely I was just self-conscious of my body. I was lacking confidence. I had zero energy. I had never struggled with my weight before in my entire life. I was always sort of like skinny fat, but never really an issue, right? The weight was never an issue. I was always a size 2. And it wasn't until after I had both of my boys that I realized that, oh my gosh, this weight is not coming off. I'm not fitting back into my pre-pregnancy clothes. I have zero energy to keep up with a 2-year-old and to all the demands of having a newborn. And we didn't have a lot of extra money. We had cut corners so much that literally at the end of the month, after we paid all of our bills, we had about $100 that was for anything fun we wanted to do, eating out, going on a date night. And if somebody got sick or, something broke in the house, there went that extra $100 that we had. So we were really tied to a tight budget, no more family vacations. And so that also meant there was no budget. There was no money in the budget for me to get a gym membership or have a personal trainer or work with a dietitian. And so I was really feeling at a loss for how to get the weight off. And at this time, I knew nothing about clean eating. I had never heard of Beachbody workouts in my entire life, but very randomly and if I go back to my Facebook page in 2011, I would post about my dog. I would post about our kids being born. I would post about our anniversary, but I did not show up every single day on social media and post. I was sort of like that person that just got on to see what other people were up to, but I didn't really use Facebook for anything more than that. But for whatever reason, I made this update, this post about eating celery and trying to lose weight. And it was at that point, based on that post that I had made, that one of my husband's friends from high school, his wife, saw it. We were friends on Facebook. She reached out to me and she said, "Hey, Melanie, I saw your post about trying to lose weight, and I'm a Beachbody coach, and I wanted to invite you to join my accountability and support group." And so before I ever responded back, I did probably what many of you have done to me or the coach that you follow. I actually went to her Facebook page and I started scrolling and I was like, well, who is this girl, right? Like, who is she? Does she actually, I wanted to know more about her story. And right there on her Facebook page was her physical transformation. And her before photo looked a lot like where I was currently at that time. Her after photo was like exactly where I wanted to be. She had 2 kids. She looked happy. There was this sparkle in her eyes. She looked confident. She was sharing healthy recipes. There were posts of other people's transformations on her page. And I was instantly drawn in. And without even sort of skipping a beat, I was like, sign me up, tell me what to do. I need to make this life transformation. And so I actually didn't buy anything when I became a customer. I actually borrowed insanity from a neighbor down the street. And every single afternoon, I would put Landon and Bryce down for a nap. I would take the baby monitor to the basement because that was the only place that I was like, for sure they couldn't hear me, right? Because I was so afraid that they would wake up during nap time. So I was trying to get as far away from them as possible. So I was in the storage room of our basement and I had this little tiny carpet square. And I would press play with Shaun T Insanity every single day. And it not only did the fitness program rock my world, I realized how incredibly out of shape I was, but I was so motivated to make that transformation because now my coach added me into what's called a support and accountability group. It's an online group. We run them through Facebook or the Challenge Tracker app, which is an app that Beachbody created for coaches to support their customers. And I would go into this Facebook group every single day. And all of these other customers and coaches in there were sharing their workout accountability and their meal plans and recipes and food ideas and motivational quotes. And people were posting their progress updates every single week. And I was so inspired by people sharing their journey. And all I could think was, I know if this worked for them, it's gotta work for me. And so every day I would check in, I would post my sweaty selfie, I would go to the basement, I would do my workout. And after about 30 days, I started to see the shift in my body. I started to learn more about clean eating. I started to understand, the importance of reading nutrition labels. And I went from having a really bad dieter's mentality where I was eating, Smart Ones dinners and lean cuisines and Diet Coke instead of regular Coke. And I was really focused on the nutritional quality of the food that I was eating, and my energy level was going through the roof. And I found myself, anybody that would say, what are you doing to lose the weight? I was just like verbally vomiting all over them. I was so excited. I was taking people to the grocery store. I was helping them meal plan. I was, sharing my favorite clean eating recipes and how I was taking our family foods in the house and cleaning them up. And for me, I just loved what I was doing. And my coach asked me 6 times to become a Beachbody coach, and I turned her down all 5 of those times. I was like, I don't know anything about health and fitness. How can I coach other people? I'm still on my fitness journey myself. And she kept saying, Melanie, you're already doing what a coach does. You're already a product of the product. You're already practicing what you're preaching. You're already helping other people. You're in the challenge group and you're adding value and you're commenting on other people's stuff. You would make a great coach. And I came home and I asked Matt, we had met for coffee at a Starbucks, and her and I were talking about coaching. And I finally came home and I said, Matt, I really want to do this. Like, I think I could be a really good coach. And he, without even like letting me finish the sentence, was like, absolutely not. That is a pyramid scheme. That is a ripoff. That's a scam. And if you want to be a coach, if you want to get a job, we'll put the kids in daycare and you can get a real job. And instead of that taking the wind out of my sails, I sort of thought about it for a little bit, and the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I can do this. I can really make this work. Again, had no idea how to build a business on social media, but I found a way. And so that was July of 2011. It's also my birthday is in July. So I took the money that my family gave me to buy myself new clothes, and I signed up to become a coach. And at that time, we didn't have challenge packs. So I paid the $40 coach sign-up fee. I bought a bag of Shakeology, and I officially became a coach in July of 2011. And from that point forward, I never looked back. I remember filling out, we have this form when you first sign up as a coach, and it's like a 30-day action plan. And it's like, what is your why for coaching and how do you want to help people? And I had no idea. I had no idea how much money I wanted to earn. I had no idea how I was going to build a business, but I started with this concept of one. I want to change one person's life the way that I had been transformed. And if I do that, then I will feel good. And so I remember sending that to my coach, and I remember going into the trainings and starting to listen to the national wake-up calls that the company offers, and our team was hosting weekly calls, and I started to see all of these success stories, not just my coach, but I started to see people that were, earning these success club trips, these trips that the company was giving them. And then I saw people that were paying off debt and were, able to buy their dream home, and people that were paying off student loans. And all of a sudden these seeds start to be planted, and I started to say, why not me? Like, why can't I do the same thing? If they can, if they're no different than I am, why can't I set those kind of goals? And so from that point forward, a couple of months in, I really started to catch this vision. And I remember thinking to myself, like, if I can earn enough money to pay for our Christmas presents, if I can earn $500 for Christmas, oh my gosh, like, how much stress would that relieve in our family? And I did it, right? I set the goal to help that many people so I could earn that money. And then once I did that, it built my confidence, and I started to set another goal. And I was like, okay, can I earn the Success Club trip? And then I did that. And so I just kept raising the bar. And it's crazy to look back, because I didn't have this grandiose vision of being a top coach. I just set these small little benchmarks along the way. And not only did I lose 30 pounds, not only am I in the best shape of my life, and my husband is healthy, and my kids, I'm teaching my kids healthy habits. But I have been able to have this ripple effect on people around me because I decided to show up and share my story on social media. And I am a girl from small town Mars, Pennsylvania. I had less than 100 friends on Facebook. I didn't have an Instagram account or a blog. I had never done a live video or taken a selfie in my life. But YouTube, Google search bar, Team Beachbody Coach online office, I self-taught myself how to build a successful business. And now it is my mission to teach other people how to do the same thing, because this business has not only allowed us to live our best life, but it's also given us the ability to really determine how we want to spend our days, how hard we want to work, and the income opportunity is pretty incredible. And going from somebody that thought that I was going to have to just barely get by every single day to being able to, work my business during nap time or before the kids got up or on the weekends in these power pockets, it has just really, truly changed our lives. And so here I am today. I am live. Matt and I have bought our dream home. We are able to take those family vacations that we wanted to take, and we've got to meet some pretty incredible people along the way. So here I am as a true testament that anybody can build a business if you have the discipline, the consistency, the mindset. If you are coachable, I can teach you how to do exactly what I did. And that is what I do as a coach. Not only do I mentor people on their health and fitness journey, but I take all 7 years of experience in building my network marketing business, and I train you on how to do the same thing. Everything from how to grow your followers, how to create great social media content, how to do live videos, how to invite, how to follow up, how not to sell to feel like you're a salesperson, but how to authentically share. That's my mission. I am here to make your job easier as you decide to become a Beachbody coach. All right, so now you know a little bit about me. Let me talk a little bit about what is the company and what is Team Beachbody. So I know that a lot of you have done Beachbody programs, but if you're like me, I had no idea that there was an income opportunity. I also didn't know anything about the company other than Insanity, which was the fitness program I was doing at that point in time. So Beachbody is a company that creates at-home fitness programs, but we also have a catalog of nutritional programs as well. We have 2 nutritional theories that we really talk about, that you'll hear us talk about a lot. Ultimate Portion Fix. Does anybody have Ultimate Portion Fix? Did they buy that when it came out? All right, so I see some hands there. And we also have 2B Mindset, which is another nutritional theory. So Ultimate Portion Fix is really focused on those little portion controlled containers, which is how that's the way my mind works. I like to eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. I like those small meals that are frequent throughout the day. It sort of keeps me from having that dip in my energy level. And Ultimate Portion Fix is really focused on proper portion size and then the right foods paired together throughout the day to give you sustainable energy, to help you lose weight or maintain your weight, or gain weight. For some people, they're not really focusing on losing weight. They're focused on building muscle or lean muscle. So Ultimate Portion Fix is one nutritional theory, and then 2B Mindset is the other one, and that really focuses on, mindful eating, looking at your plate, having this concept of, water first, veggies most, and then sort of the way your plate is arranged throughout the day. And they focus on 3 good-sized meals and a snack. Both programs give you background into why you eat this way. They both come with a tracker, which I know for me personally, before we had the tracker, I kept my own notebook. I would write every single meal and how many glasses of water I drank a day, because I knew if I didn't write it down, I wouldn't be able to identify my trends. And so I love that I have a tool that I can now share with my customers that's created by nutritionists, that's created by the experts, and I'm just guiding people through the program. Then we have our Beachbody On-Demand catalog. And so that is all of our fitness programs, all of the nutrition guides, all of the calendars for workouts. And there are programs for people at every single ability level. So whether you are beginner, intermediate, advanced, whether you want to do strength training, cardio, a mixture of the two, whether you want to do dance cardio or you want to do, like a HIIT interval type training, we have programs for everyone. We also have a yoga studio, and we also have some pre and postnatal workouts as well. So our focus is just, and what I love about Beachbody is it's not just fitness, it's not just nutrition, but it is the fitness and the nutrition, which I feel like is super important because you cannot out exercise a bad diet. But also there's that accountability piece. And for me, that was like the secret sauce, the challenge group, right? Knowing that I had a coach that was going to, keep me accountable, but knowing that I had a community of like-minded people, it really opened my eyes to, positivity and mindfulness and just overall well-being. And so Beachbody as a whole is a company that really is sort of that one-stop shop. And we can really, as a coach, our job is to match you up with a fitness program that meets your needs. And so, we have all of these great programs, but we also have pre and post workout supplements. So we have a pre-workout called Energize, a post-workout Recover. We have a during workout Hydrate. We have a 3-day plant-based cleanse, Shakeology, which is our superfood daily dense dose of nutrition that you replace one meal a day with. And I've been drinking Shakeology for, it'll be 8 years here in July. So it's not weight loss, but it is just proper nutrition, and it's my daily multivitamin. So Beachbody is really the place where I come for my nutritional needs, and this is really how I support my customers on their journey as well. I mean, if you follow me on social media, we have a Peloton. My husband loves to ride the bike. We go walking in the neighborhood. He likes to run. So it's not like you have to do just Beachbody. We are a platform that allows you to just have a healthier lifestyle. All right, so that's a little bit about the company. Let me talk to you guys a little bit about coaching and who can be a coach and what is it that a coach does. So a lot of times I get the question, right? Like, who can be a coach? Do I have to be a nutritionist? Do I have to have, do I have to be at my goal weight? Do I have to be a certain age? And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, but anybody can be a coach. Beachbody created the programs. They're already done by certified nutritionists, by our fitness experts. They've created it. It's our job, right, as individuals, our job to mentor. It's peer-to-peer support. So basically what happened is, back before we had the network marketing side, Beachbody had a message board. And so anybody that bought a program could go onto this message board and they could chat with one another. And what the company saw was our customers are actually supporting one another. Wouldn't it be really cool if we created this network marketing opportunity where people could get paid for helping other people, just like they're doing in the message boards? And so that is how the network side of the business was created. And so basically it's peer-to-peer support. I am helping you based on my experience. I am showing you how I meal plan and prep based on the way that I use the program. I am sharing with you how I stay accountable based on my experience with, over the past 7 years. And so as a coach, anybody can be a coach, right? Anybody that is willing to support other people on their fitness journey. Anybody that has the courage to go out there and say, this is my story, this is my struggle, this is how I'm working through it. And anybody that's willing to share the journey can build a following. And I really look at coaching like I created my Facebook platform, my Instagram platform, in a sense where it was almost like a reality TV show. And if you followed me for any length of time, you know I share everything. I share when I grocery shop, my meal planning, I share my favorite recipes, I share mindset, I talk about modifications I'm doing through the workouts. If I get injured, I talk about the injury and how I'm, getting better. But as a coach, when I show my life and I show how I am working through and maintaining this healthy lifestyle, it inspires other people to take the first step or to get back on track. And so as a coach, if you're willing to go out and share your journey, then you will essentially create that following. You'll have people to help, because people are going to seek you out because they relate to you and your story. All right. Okay. So what does a coach do? We provide support and accountability. We motivate our clients to help them start and finish a fitness program to get results. And we do that through these online closed accountability and support groups. They run one of two ways. The first one is through Facebook closed groups. The second one is called the Challenge Tracker app. It's a great place if you are not somebody that wants to use Facebook or be on Facebook. It's all app-based. But we as coaches have the option to either create our own content or the company actually gives us content. So we have what's called challenge group guides that Beachbody's created based on every single fitness program. We also have a general challenge group guide for people that are doing 21-day fix, or if somebody else is doing 80-day obsession and somebody's doing transform 20, there's an actual guide that says this is what you post every single day. Now for me, I've been doing this for 7 years, so I have an entire folder on my computer of challenge group guides I've created, but I also share those with my new coaches as well. And it's a way and I really customize my customer's experience based on what I went through. So I like to talk about things like grocery shopping and meal prep. And I like to talk about, staying motivated during a holiday weekend or while you're traveling, or, what do you do when the pantry calls you at 9:00 at night? Or what do you do whenever you have, you're going out for a birthday party and you're eating out at restaurants? So I like to put in there tips and tricks and recipes and things that I love that are working for me, because I know that a lot of the people that come into my groups are similar to my personality. So I really add my own unique spin. My job is I'm not a personal trainer. I'm not a fitness expert, but I can share my experience with you. I can encourage you to stick with it. I can encourage you not to quit when it gets hard. And I can be that daily support and accountability. And it's so fun to watch everybody else go back and forth in those groups and support each other and celebrate all the non-scale victories and all the big accomplishments along the way. And we earn an income from whatever our customers purchase from our website. So Beachbody actually gives us a Team Beachbody website, and we don't have to keep inventory at home. And basically everything that people purchase, they purchase directly from our site. I earn a commission for those purchases. And so that's how you, at the beginning, earn your income. And then we also have an opportunity to earn what's called residual income. And that is what is created by me helping my customers get results, and then inviting my customers or people that are interested in health and fitness or looking for a business opportunity to join my team. When you become a coach or other people join your team, you can earn what's called team cycle volume. But basically that means like I'm helping you get started. You're earning commissions because you're signing up customers. And that is sort of how the business works, right? So I can earn residual income, I can earn commissions, I can earn team cycle bonuses and volume points and quarterly bonuses throughout the year. And it's all based on my ability to inspire and motivate other people to take action. So that's what a coach does. And I will tell you, when I first signed up as a coach, I was focused on just helping one person. Then it was like, I will just help 3 people. I wasn't focused on building a team right out of the gate because I wanted to make sure that I knew how to support people on their fitness journey. So if you're coming into this and this is your very first experience listening to anything about the coaching opportunity, know that this is not a race. This is not a sprint to the finish line. We take this one step at a time, and I help you make sense of it all through our coach training that I run. Okay, so at any point, if you guys have questions, just drop them in the chat bar. I will make sure that I answer them either at the beginning or at the end. But let me just go through some of the common fears that people have. And if you have these fears, you can agree with me. You can chat it in the chat bar. If you've got more that you want me to cover, I can do that here as well. But a lot of the things that people say to me, and trust me, I have probably heard every single objection that most wildest, craziest things that people could ever say to me. But the number one thing that people say is, do I have to sell to my family and friends? So let me just be honest with you. My first customers were my mom, my sister-in-law, and my sister-in-law's best friend. And it was just because those were the people that were asking me what I was doing. Those were the people that literally would support me in anything that I did. And so my first few customers, yes, they were people that I knew. But I didn't hound or annoy or bombard my family and friends and say, you have to buy this from me. I offered it to them. They could decide whether or not they wanted to do it. And everybody said yes for the most part, And so for me, I also said to myself, okay, I don't want to annoy and bombard and invite my neighbors and my friends over and over again, but I do want to use my social media to show people how this is working for me. So I used my Facebook at that time in 2011. Now I really do use my Instagram way more. That's really my primary platform that I share a lot on through my stories, but also through my Instagram posts. But I show up every single day and have since the day I started. And I say to myself, how can I teach somebody something today about living a healthier lifestyle? How can I motivate somebody to get up and press play and do their workout? How can I inspire somebody to make a good choice or start their transformation today? And so everything I put out there a lot of times is something I've gone through or am currently going through. So I find and I use content based on my experience. So that's something I teach you when you sign up. But no, I didn't bombard my family and friends. I started sharing on social media. I started telling people where they could connect with me if they wanted to know more about how I could support them on their fitness journey. And people started to fill out applications. People started to drop comments. People started to like my posts. And I started to create that engagement very authentically and in a way that felt really good to me. The next thing is, and I've already kind of said this before, I didn't have a big following, but I never let that be an excuse. I said to myself from day one, my job is to be a professional friend maker. And so every day when I would open my computer screen, I would say to myself, I'm going to make 5 new friends today. And so I started with we did this memory jogger that we used to use at the beginning, but it was like, I started to go through and I'm like, okay, who from my college am I not friends with? And so I would go to, the University of Pittsburgh, and I would look down my graduating class and I'd be like, oh, I forgot about Sarah, friend request. Oh, I wonder what Kelly's up to, friend request. Oh, I forgot about Jamie. She's got 2 kids. Oh my gosh, her kids are adorable. Friend request, send her a message. And so I did that with my college, my graduate school, my neighborhood, my mom's group. I just started connecting with people. And so because I was sending friend requests, because I was commenting on their posts, they would comment back, we would start conversations, and inevitably it would be like, you look really great. What are you doing? Wow, you're super inspiring. I would invite them to join me in a challenge group. So it was organic. It felt natural. But every day I said to myself, how do I start building relationships and making new friends? And so my following grew because I was working at it. And that's one of our vital behaviors and that's something that we also teach, is how to actually make that grow. All right, so the next thing that I get is this a pyramid scheme? I get this all the time, and I thought by now that people would be a little bit more comfortable with network marketing, but there is still a little bit of oh, does that really work, or is that an actual legit business? And I can tell you that I got that question, and I did not know how to answer that question the first time that somebody said, oh, you do Beachbody? Isn't that a pyramid scheme? I was like a deer in headlights. And so I remember running home, because we were actually standing in the street, on the side of the street. We were taking a walk with the boys. I was talking to my neighbor. He was asking me about what I was up to. And I talked to him about, this business I just started, and I help people achieve their health and fitness goals. It's called Beachbody. And he goes, isn't that a pyramid scheme? And so I went home and I Googled it. And a pyramid scheme is illegal. And the FTC actually will shut a company down if they don't follow specific rules and regulations. And so a pyramid scheme is when there's no transaction of goods and services. So for example, our transactions are very much based on Beachbody On Demand, our Shakeology, our fitness programs, our challenge packs, and we have customers. We have customers that come in and use our products. But if I was operating a pyramid scheme, I could care less if you ever used the programs. I could care less if you ever got results. I just want you to sign up, because I'm going to get a commission when you sign up. And then I'm going to make you sign up all your family members and all your friends, because, that's how the money is going to come in. And that is illegal. And the government will shut a company like that down. And so our focus is helping people achieve a healthy and fulfilling life. We lead with the products and programs. And yes, you can build a business based off of as many people as you can help. And it is not a pyramid scheme. So if somebody were to say that to you, please, you can use my example, and you can let them know that that is actually illegal. And a lot of times I will say to people, now I do this. I wasn't that confident at the beginning, but I would say to people, like, do you even know what a pyramid scheme is? And most people are like, no. They will kind of backpedal because they don't really know. They just kind of say it because that's what they've heard. Okay. The next thing is, did I get in early enough? That is absolutely false and not true. It doesn't matter when you sign up. There are people in this business that have signed up in the last 18 to 24 months that have just been recognized in the Millions Club. There are people that are in the top 10 that have been coaching for 18 and 24 months. Your success is a direct reflection of the lives that you change, of how many people you help, and how quickly you can move through the process of becoming a new coach to building a team and inspiring other people to build their organization as well. So Beachbody as a company is continually adding new products, adding new programs at least 4 times a year. We just released Vegan Recover, which is a new supplement. We'll have a new product launch that will come out at Summit, plus other nutritionals and products throughout the year. So we are not a company that just has a catalog that's stagnant and stale. We're always growing and evolving as the trends in health and fitness change. We really try to stay up on those latest trends. And our focus, this is really important when you're thinking about, does Beachbody align with my core values? Beachbody is really about a healthy and fulfilling lifestyle. It's not about a crash diet or a quick fix. It is about giving people the tools to live a sustainable, healthy life. Okay, the next one is, do I have to be at my goal weight to be successful? Nope. You do not. I was only 10 pounds down. I had 20 pounds to lose when I joined as a Beachbody coach. I think the best coaches are ones that actually share their story on social media as they're going through it, because there is nothing better than seeing that progress update every single week and that side-by-side transformation, and being able to watch somebody from where they started to that final results when they're able to say, this is my journey. It just builds natural trust and credibility. So think about that. Okay, my body, my transformation, my results, that's my business, right? And if I can show people that it works, people are going to trust me, they're going to invest in me, they're going to work with me, and I'm going to be able to build my business by helping other people feel the same way that I feel. All right, the next thing is I'm not outgoing. I actually talked about this in a live video I did not too long ago, but I am the most shy and introverted person. Beachbody is a great business opportunity for me because I get to work behind a computer screen. I get to be social at our quarterly events, at our summit, at our leadership events, at our trainings. But I just naturally am a homebody, and I love that I can work in my pajamas every single day. And I can get dressed up if I want, but I don't have to. So Beachbody for me, yes, I'm outgoing on social media, but in real life, I'm kind of a quiet person. I just like my small group of friends, and I've got like my family, and that's it. So, your personality style, this business really works no matter what kind of person you are. All right. Now, last one is, will I have the time? Because I'm super busy. I swear to you that the busiest people are the most successful. When my boys were little and my husband worked full time, I had to work in what I call power pockets. So basically I had a half hour in the morning, an hour in the afternoon, maybe 45 minutes or an hour at night. And so I had to be super disciplined with what I spent my time on. And that was when I built the majority of my business and laid that foundation. And it's all about discipline. And it's all about saying, I have a goal for myself and my life. And I know that Beachbody is an avenue that will allow me to create freedom, to create additional income, to give me flexibility. And for a short period of time, I'm going to have to sort of hustle until I get to that point. But wow, how different can life actually be if I see this through and make this a success? All right, so those are some of the common fears. If you have more of them, feel free to drop them in the comments and I will definitely answer them along the way. Okay, so why the dream team? So there are over 400,000 Beachbody coaches out there. There are like 9 other top 10 coaches that you can choose from. There are lots of elite coaches. There are coaches that maybe you've been invited by somebody on this team. I personally am biased. I am biased to my team because I feel like, when you sign up as a coach with our team, there's a commitment level there. I am not the kind of person that is going to sign you up and say, thanks for your commission. I'm going to stick you in a challenge group and I'm never going to talk to you again. When you sign up to become a coach, you're going into our trainings, you're going into our team page. We have a weekly team call. I do small group trainings every single week that you can listen to live or you can grab the recording. I do one-on-one calls with my coaches as needed, but I give you every single script, resource, document, guide, anything I've created is yours. And it's also open to the people that you bring on as well. Our team has a no BS culture and we don't gossip, we get along, we work very well together, and we have an incredible team of leadership and very successful coaches. Our organization has produced tons of Millions Club members, Superstar Diamonds, elite coaches, elite 10 coaches. So you are on a team that is growing, that is succeeding, but that is also committed to your success as well. And I have 7.5 years of experience, so I've pretty much seen it all at this point, and I can really mentor people and help them with business strategy based on my experience too. All right. Okay. So what's next? The next step is if you're sitting here saying, okay, coaching is something I can see myself doing. I'm passionate about helping other people. I want something more. I just know that this could be the next step for me. I want to give this a try. There is an investment, and the investment is small. You invest your basic package as a challenge pack or a completion pack. If you already own Beachbody On Demand, no big deal. All you would do is, cancel your current Shakeology and you would reorder just a challenge pack. So you get your initial $40 coach sign-up fee waived. I do require that everybody coming in as a new coach picks a fitness program that they're going to commit to from start to finish. I also require you to give Shakeology a try because that is one of our big products, and I do want you to create your own customer experience so that you can give other people guidance and support based on your own experience. So I do require people when they come in to buy the challenge pack. The worst thing that can happen is at the end of 30 days, you could say, this isn't for me, I don't like this, and you're better off, you're healthier, you're learning to make better food choices, you're surrounded by a positive community, and you are living a better life because you gave this a try. And I always look at, like, there isn't an overhead cost. You don't have to keep inventory at home. You get 25% off everything that you purchase as a coach, and there's no cancellation fee. If you decide it's not for you, you can downgrade right back to a regular customer, and there's really no skin off your back. I think I so often use this example. I invested $160 to start my business in 2011. And if I would have decided that I wanted to start a gym, I would have had to do a build out. I would have had to buy the equipment, the insurance, hire employees, do my advertising. I would not make any money probably for the first, 2 to 3 years if I, had to pay back a bank for a loan. And with Beachbody, you come in, you pay your $160 fee to sign up and get your challenge pack, and you can immediately start making money. And in the first month, our goal is to get you your first 3 customers, which makes you back your initial investment. So you as a coach can start earning an income right away. So that to me was such a selling point for me because I didn't have a lot of money to invest, and I loved that I could immediately see the income coming back in. All right, the next step is we are doing a new coach kickoff call. So every single month I bring in a new class of coaches. I reserve a small number of spots for my new mentees that I bring in, and I keep it exclusive and small for a reason because I know I can't help everyone. I know I can't help 100 new coaches or 20 new coaches or 50 new coaches. I know that I can serve a small amount, so I do reserve a limited number of spots in my organization every single month. And what I do is when you sign up, you get a welcome email from me. That welcome email has some prep tasks for you to go through and complete. And then you'll get the link for our new coach kickoff call. And next week, I will be going live next Wednesday night, and I will be walking you through everything you need to do to launch your business, to get plugged into our support and accountability group, and start getting your business off the ground and up and running. So that will be where you'll go next week. And then from there, I have a 30-day coach training program where I will literally walk you through the steps from launching your business. We'll run an accountability group together. You will focus on your own fitness results. I will teach you how to share on social media, how to grow your following, how to have authentic and real conversations. And my goal at the end of that 30 days is for you to earn what we call Success Club. And it's your first month as a success starter. You earn swag from the company, great recognition, and commissions for the people that you help. So you can essentially sign up and get started right away. All right, so now I want to kind of open it up for questions, but before I do that, I just want to kind of leave you with this before I answer the questions that you guys have put in that chat bar. I always said to myself, like, why not me? Why am I any different than, the person that was the top coach in 2011? Why am I any different than the girl down the street? I'm not. I just decided to go for it. I had this draw a line in the sand moment where I decided that I wanted to change more than I wanted to stay the same. And for me, I created a vision board, and every year I do this where I say to myself, if money is not an issue, if time is not an issue, if I could do anything, if I could live my life any way, how do I envision my life to be? And I create this vision board, and I cut out pictures from magazines and print them off the computer. And I envisioned for a very long time paying off my student loans, buying our first single family home. I envisioned earning my first Success Club trip, going to leadership retreats. And every single day I envisioned how amazing it would be if I accomplished those things. And that vision of not having to live paycheck to paycheck, not having to argue with my husband about money, that vision of being in the best shape of my life, feeling in control of my health and my fitness, that propelled me into action. And I was willing to show up and do the work every day because I knew it was possible. And I hope that by you following me or following your coach, that you understand that it is possible for you too. And you don't have to do it alone. And I am here as the leader and the creator of the Dream Team to show you the way. So I want you to say to yourself, why not me? Why not me? And if you can sit down tonight, I would tell you to make a list. Make a list of all the pros of becoming a Beachbody coach. Make a list of all the cons of becoming a Beachbody coach, and really get crystal clear on whether or not this would be a good fit for you. Because I want you as a part of our team, if you are like, I am all in, I know I can do this, and I know that I can make it work. And if you have doubts, right? If you have doubts, explore those doubts before you make that decision. Because I want you, when you decide like this is the time, I'm all in, I want to make sure that we link arms and we do it together. All right. So why not you? It is possible. You can dream big. You can have that life that you envision, that freedom. You can live out your passion, and it doesn't have to, like suck you dry. You know, so many people work in jobs or have careers that aren't fulfilling, or people that feel like they're just backed against a wall. And I want you to know that there are so many other opportunities out there for you, and Beachbody is just one of those. All right. Okay. So with that being said, the next step for you guys is, if this spoke to you, if you're like, yep, I definitely want to do coaching. I want to be one of those 10 people that Melanie mentors in the month of June. We start the training on June 3rd. So you've got about a week and a half before we officially start day one to get your sort of prep tasks done, to get your package ordered, to decide which, fitness program you're going to start with or continue on with. All you need to do is send me a private message, or the person that invited you here. Just go ahead, send them a message and let them know you're ready to get started, and we will walk you through the process and then welcome you to the team. All right, guys. Questions. What questions do you guys have? I see one right now, so I'm going to read that one, and you guys can type them in the chat bar. So Jen, she was a coach, and I'm nervous about making the same mistakes. I was too quick last time I just signed up. Okay. I went to Summit. All right. So here's the thing, guys. When you're thinking about, stepping back in, and I get this a lot. I have a lot of people that have coached before, that have quit, that come back around, that maybe try other things, and they're like, you know what? Coaching is definitely where my heart is. That's definitely what I want to do. The things that I will say to you is, number one, being a successful coach, right, is about really kind of having that independent leadership. So I run my training groups, right? So I have a closed Facebook group for my team page. This is where I go in there. I go live like maybe 4 times a week, and I'm in there sharing advice and tips and motivation. I'm sharing resources and things that I'm using. I'm giving lots of examples. So you're plugged in there. I also have a group message thread that is for all of my new coaches, and we chat back and forth. They ask questions, I answer them. They ask how to respond to things, and I'm in there. So I am really hands-on with my team. But I'm also not the kind of coach that is going to like drag you. So, I'm not going to be like messaging you going, you didn't post today, or you didn't, reach your goals this month, or where are you at, right? I'm going to check in with you, but I'm not going to be that kind of person that's like constantly breathing down your neck saying, are you doing it? What are you doing? Why aren't you reaching your goals? I really let people be where they're at. I kind of meet them halfway. So that's the way that I mentor. I provide opportunities, like we have an event at Summit. We will have a big meet and greet and a get together. I host leadership retreats. So I do like a fall retreat. So there are lots of opportunities for you to be a part of the team, but I really do like, this is your business. So I will meet you where you're at in between there. And I kind of let you decide how fast or how slow you want to go with the business. So I hope that helps answer that question a little bit more. All right, what else? What other questions do you guys have? Let me just stop the screen there. You guys can type them in the chat bar if you have them. I don't see any. Oh, does Beachbody have plans to have a keto product? They seem popular. So Lisa, good question. That's something that, you know, we have talked about, and I've been on the coach advisory board in the past. So yes, that's something we've talked about, but it's not really in line with our like living a healthy and sustainable lifestyle. It is, you know, our CEO really does look at that more as a fad. I know that a lot of people do it and they use it right now and it works great for them, but it's not really in line with our nutritional theories and the way we run our company. So most likely there won't be a keto supplement that is going to come out anytime soon. What I could see, and I don't know this for sure, but I would say like other like BCAs are probably going to be something that I could see us doing. Things that are sort of in line with helping people reach their health and fitness goals, but in a very natural, wholesome way. Other questions? Don't be shy. Was this helpful? Did this answer a lot of questions that you guys had? Yes. Again, hope that it all sounded good, because again, I got a little bit of jet lag going on, but I tried to do my best this evening. Good. Thank you guys so much. So I'm excited about kicking things off. I'm excited to work with new coaches, and I have a team that's incredibly interactive and super helpful, and you will be welcomed with open arms, and we help each other out. We have a great community, and if I'm not there to answer a question, somebody else automatically chimes in. So just know that yes, while you're building your own business, you are a part of an awesome family and an awesome community. And I love what I do. And here I am, you know, almost 8 years later, and I'm still showing up. I'm still doing my job, because I just can't speak enough words of just how much this business can change your life. And even if it is just from a health and fitness perspective, it's pretty incredible. And I feel super grateful to be a part of a company that just creates such an incredible experience for everybody that comes through our doors. So I hope to see you guys, hope to welcome you as part of the team. If you didn't feel comfortable asking questions, go ahead. You definitely can send me an email after the fact. Reach out to the person that invited you here, because that's who you're going to sign up with. So if I didn't invite you or you didn't find me, you're definitely going to reach out to your coach, connect with them. We'll walk you through the steps to get signed up and welcomed to the team. All right. Okay, friends. I hope to see you guys as a part of the team. Have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys later.